Hey everybody, welcome back to Champion Sons and our NCAA Baseball College World Series, where we are following the Texas Longhorns and their chance and their shot to go back to the World Series and try to get another national title. Now we are pretty well through the season, about 2/3 of the way. We're just above 500, but we're starting to get a little bit better. Things are starting to click for us here as we get ready to open up a weekend homestand against the Stanford Cardinals. Now for us on the mound is going to be Luis Mateo. He's had 20 starts, a 7-8 record, 5.87 ERA. Pitched 107 innings, given up 102 hits with 101 strikeouts and only 67 walks. That's a lot of walks, okay, but 101 hits or 102 hits for 101 strikeouts. He's got a pretty dang good ratio going, I think. So we have something to work with. We just need to get the offensive production around him to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Now Stanford is going to be starting out leading Robert Crane with a 2.89 batting average here, leading them off facing Mateo as that second pitch comes in high for a ball, evening the count at 1-1. Longhorns are 52-50, like I said, just 2 games above 500, third in the Big 12. Now the 1-1 pitch is going to be fouled up, just straight up. Spoon trying to get the umpire to move, and he finally does, as Ruben Spoon makes the catch for out number 1 here in this one, as that was a little bit easier said than normally done as we go. Now looking at the rest of the Cardinal lineup, Justin Brown will be second. Devin McCall rounds out the top 3. Then you have Welsh, Finney, and Thompson in the 4-5-6, finishing off with Garcia, the DH, Martin, and then somebody else because I didn't see their name. So now Justin Brown comes to the plate, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Mateo comes home with the first pitch at the at-bat, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Just above the knee level, but it would have been a good one to swing at. Really kind of put that over too much in the middle of the plate. Now the 0-1 pitch is delivered, and that's in there for a strike, 0-2. As he's got way behind on that count. Brown is needing to catch up, but he still watches them. He came up to see these pitches, and he saw 3 good ones come right over the plate, and he is out as Mateo gets his first strikeout of the game here in just the second batter. Now comes Devin McCall, batting .269 on the season, fouls that first pitch off, and that's going to make the count 0-1. He's got 10 home runs and 44 RBIs with a .766 OPS. So he's actually got a decent hits. They're not going to be a lot of doubles out of it. The 10 home runs really, I think, kind of balance out that OPS for him. And then he lines another one, this time down the left field side, right past the third baseman, as it falls foul for an 0-2 count. So here comes Mateo with the 0-2 delivery. That's going to be just outside for a ball. Looks like it hit the edge of the plate, but they're going to say just outside, so the count is now 1-2 here to McCall. Mateo gets set and comes home with the pitch and bounces that one in on the plate. I guess he tried to get him to chase it, but no way he was going after that one. So now the 2-2 delivery comes home, swing and a miss, strikeout number 2, and that's going to end the first half of the inning here for the Cardinals offense, as they will go down on no hits, 2 strikeouts here. Mateo with a good start to this one, getting them 3 up, 3 down. Now we just need our side to produce a little bit. Matt Knapp will be on the bump for the Cardinals. He's also had 20 starts. His record, though, is 3-8, but with a 5.52 ERA. He's got 102 2/3 innings, giving up 84 hits and 84 strikeouts and 54 walks. Now Kevin Na with a 3.18 average is going to be leading us off today. He's does a lot for making contact with the ball, and he does pretty well with getting on base. If he has to walk, he's got some good discipline that we just need him to kind of continue to display here throughout the season, so we can turn this offense up a notch. Now the 1-0 pitch comes just inside. That looked a little bit over the plate, but hey, the umpire's not calling them, so the count is now 2-0. As Nat throws that one to Na, and he busts it down the sideline there, down the right field side, and that one does land foul for the first strike of the at-bat. The count is now 2-1 here to Na. So Knapp comes home right there down low over the plate, but out of the zone. Na holds off, and that's going to make the count 3-1. Now the delivery once again, and that one just clipped it. It looked like it was below, but they're going to say it comes into the zone, so we got a full count Kevin Na with the payoff pitch coming at him. Swings him. That's going to be a line drive to right field. That one will get down, and Na is going to reach on a single and go into right field there. Working the count to full count and then taking advantage of the pitch and driving it to right field and getting that down for a single here to get this thing started off for the Longhorns. So now here comes Grant Shavitz batting .286 on the season. We've seen him in some big spots for the Longhorns so far, and especially in that Texas-Oklahoma series and one of the last episodes. But that first pitch you watch is come in for a strike, and the second one goes just outside, so the count is even up at 1-1 here. Shavitz pretty good with making contact. Now, I don't think they really have to worry too much. It looks like we're trying to give a signal for a steal or a hit and run, but I'm not sure they have to worry about that too much. Nas really doesn't have the speed for it. Shavitz comes around late and blasts that one down the left field side right past the third base coach, almost nailing him as it's foul, so the count is 1-2. Matt Knapp will check Na over there at first and throws, but of course there is no chance of getting him because there's no chance of him running. So 1-2 is the count here. Knapp finally might come home with the pitch, and he does. That's going to be inside and low. Shavitz holding off on that one, evening up the count at 2-2. So Knapp gets set and throws it over to first once again. He's not a steal threat. I'm not sure why they have to keep looking at him like that. He just isn't a threat to steal. So count even up at 2-2. Knapp delivers a pitch. But Shavitz hits a hard liner right past the first baseman. However, that one was foul, bouncing just shy of the first base bag on the foul side, so count remains 2-2. Knapp gets set and delivers a pitch. He's going to hold up, and they will say he held up. They appealed down to the third base umpire, and the count is now even at 3, or not even up, but it's full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Knapp comes home. Shavitz liners over to right field, and the first baseman snags it, and then he will actually get Na at first. That was a hard liner, I thought, going to right field there, but the first baseman snags it and pulls off the double play. So now Doug Clemens comes to the plate, batting .304 on the season, leading the Longhorns in OPS with it being just over 900. However, check swings like he just did on that first pitch isn't going to get him going anywhere, as the count is now 0-1. The next pitch, he fouls off. It looks like his timing's all off. And I think that's a lot of the problem we've seen with this offense and these first three hitters is they're not exactly sure what Knapp is going to be delivering. 0-2 pitch is going to be fouled, this time to the left side. Na did get solid contact on it, but nothing all that fantastic. And so we've really got to check that out as Clemens swings and misses. There. Oh, never mind. He just fouled that one off. He did just foul it off. 0-2 is still the count. And that time he swung and missed. Couldn't get a piece of it. And the first inning will end for the Longhorns scoreless as well. Now, I guess on the positive side, we did get a hit. But some luck isn't always going to go your way. That double play there really just did not go our way. So now here we come set later on in this game. As Mateo is still on the mound, we are in the top of the fourth inning. Justin Brown, batting number 2 in the lineup, is back up to the plate, and that first pitch is going to come into him as a strike, down low and away, but still in the zone. 0-1 is the count. Next pitch, he'll line it out to left field. Sims chasing it. Dives for it, full extension. Sims makes the catch. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Darrell Sims with the effort, laid out for that one. Full extension, lays out for it, makes it a fantastic play to get that out in the fourth inning. That is the kind of defense you need to see. And we would maintain that defense actually for both sides as the score is still 0-0 as we catch up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Scott Boston leading off, hits a grounder to the left field side. He's rounding first and going over to second, and he will be up with a stand-up double. Scott Boston getting a hold of that one, pulling it right past the third baseman, gets his 10th double of the season here on that hit to lead off this 7th inning. Score is still 0-0 for both teams. Not a whole lot of hits happening. And even that one, Boston came around pretty quick on it. Just a little bit more solid of a hit than what we have seen so far in this game by both sides. Now with that note happening, they are going to pull Knapp out of this game. He gave a hell of an effort for that kid, and give him all the credit. Longhorns, 0 runs on just a few hits. So Knapp did a really good job in that one. Bob Del Villar coming in relief. He's been in 44 games. He's got an 0-1 record. His strikeout to walk ratio is 31 to 17. Strikeouts to walks with a 4.27 ERA in just 46 and 1/3 innings. So Darrell Sims is going to come to the plate here with a man on second, seeing if he can't try to bring him home. First pitch is going to be a grounder right over to their shortstop, an easy play at first. And not only that, we can't move. Boston's not able to go from second to third. Okay. 1 out now here for the Longhorns in the bottom of the 7th. Richie Murphy coming to the plate, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. First pitch comes down low and away. That's going to be outside for a ball, making the count 1-0 to Murphy. Del Villar's got a pretty good record. I mean, not record for the most part, but good appearance. He's got 15 holds on the season. So he's kind of where he needs to be, where you want him to be. A pretty clutch type pitcher right there. As Murphy fouls that next pitch off down the first base side, making the count 1-1. Villar comes home with the pitch. Murphy fouls that one again. His timing is starting to get a little confused. He's not sure what they're bringing at him, whether it's going to be the fastball or an off-speed pitch. Now Murphy facing a 1-2 count. The delivery outside, watching that one go by for a ball, making the count even up at 2 apiece. Del Villar comes set, checks on Boston at second, comes home with the pitch inside, and Murphy kind of leaned into that one a little bit. He's going to take the hit on the leg, and they're going to give him a free base. kind of well played, I guess, on that, acting like he was going to check swing it. Taking the hit off the leg, so now Longhorns got runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 7th inning with only 1 out. Jacob Pena comes to the plate. He's going to hit a high pop up there, and that should cause the infield fly rule, and the umpire does call it. Okay, 2 outs. Longhorns still got guys on base. Haven't been able to move Boston since we got this game going. So he's stuck at second. So now here, still in the bottom of the 7th, Marco Luciano batting 9th in the lineup comes to the plate. He's got a 179 batting average with runners in scoring position. That's why he's kind of worked his way to the bottom part of the lineup, but not on that one. He hits a line drive right center field. Scott Boston will come around to score, and that's going to give the Longhorns the lead 1-0 on that RBI single. Luciano, not known for power, and well, he didn't really have to have power on that one. He had the placement right center field, just deep enough to get down or to get over the second baseman, but not too deep that it gets fielded up by the center until the run does score. So now here comes Kevin Na to the plate here, trying to get another hit in the bottom of the 7th. One more hit will give us an extra run. Na facing 2 outs and an 0-1 count. Del Villar gets set, checks the runners, and comes home with it. Na, liner right up the middle. That's going to get down, and one more run will score. Luciano tries to round second, but decides not to, holds up. And that was a hell of a hit right there by Na, his second of the game. Multi-hit game and an RBI. That's going to give the Longhorns the lead 2-0 on that one. Right back up the middle, smooth swing, not trying to do too much with it. Didn't want to do too much with it, and the Longhorns extended their lead to 2-0. Now, Howard Rodriguez is going to come in to try to close this one out here in the 9th inning. His ERA is a 3.43. He's got 11 saves and 16 opportunities. 46 strikeouts to 16 walks so far on the season. Now those 2 runs in the 7th, that is all we have been able to muster up. So this game is still within reach, and we've got to be on point as Rodriguez gets that first pitch, a fastball inside. Swung at a miss for a strike by Crane as we're facing the top of the Cardinal lineup here in the 9th. He's going to hit a grounder over to the left side. It hits the third base bag. Oh, man, Na started to field that one off a hop, but it bounced off the bag and rolled under his glove. And Crane is going to reach first, opening up the top of the 9th inning with a single. So now Rodriguez gets set with 1 runner on, who's got speed and an capability to steal as he does the little slide step home on that one, realizing they're probably going to try to get him into scoring position at some point soon. Comes home with the next pitch inside. That was also called for a strike. A little up in the zone, though, both of those, but the count is 0-2. to the 0-2 delivery. Comes home. Fouled off down the left field side. Count will remain at 0-2. Justin Brown 0 for 3 on the day, but he's holding tough, trying to get that one hit when they need it the most. Swing and a miss. Out number 1. Justin Brown with the K. Howard Rodriguez, first out, first strikeout of the game. Comes in on that one. A great pitch down in the zone. Had his timing completely off, and he just swung and whiffed at it. And that's going to make Devin McCall come to the plate now with the runner still on first as that pitch comes in for a strike. 0-1 as a count to McCall. He's also 0 for 3 on the day. The heart of this lineup has been kind of struggling in this one. That's kind of why you see the score at 2-0. Because face it, the hearts of both lineups have been struggling for the most part. So now McCall facing an 0-2 count after that last pitch. Rodriguez gets set. And he's going to come home with the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2. Out number 2. One more to go in this inning. McCall is pissed. Wow, he was fired up after that one. I couldn't believe that. I mean, well, if you don't like it, don't swing at it. Ain't no reason to be pissed off about it. The guy nailed you with the slider on the outside edge. You just couldn't come around in time to get it. He just had you all, discombobulated. And that's 2 outs now as here comes their cleanup hitter, Grant Welch. He's got 21 home runs, 80 RBIs on the season. He's batting .246, but he's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch to him is going to be inside, but for a strike, as that one does catch the zone. As the 0-1 count is thrown and the pitch is delivered. Strike number 2. 0-2 is the count. One more strike and the Longhorns will open this series up with a win. And that pitch comes home. Swing and a miss! 3 strikeouts. He gave up the single to the first batter, then 3 straight strikeouts after that. Longhorns will take game 1 of this series with the Cardinals at home in this one, and that's how you want to get it started. Getting off, basically not so much a hot start because we only got 8 hits. We only scored 2 runs. We win 2-0, 2 runs on 8 hits, 0 errors. The Cardinals had 4 hits, 0 runs, and 0 errors. Now that's really what it came down to. We got some hits. We just couldn't string them together until right there at that proper moment in the 7th inning. And even then, we came real close to not being able to do that. So we're going to have to shore up some stuff on our offensive side kind of going forward. But overall, a great game played by this Longhorns team. Offense and defense, both sides, did what they needed to do to come out with not just a victory, but a shutout victory here in Game 1. Rodriguez getting the save on that one, striking out 3 batters right after giving up the opening single. Now we're going to move on up north where we check on one of the biggest rivalries in the country, Michigan and Ohio State. They are set to take the diamond in Columbus today. Michigan does lead this series 2-1, trying to put their, edge of dominance over the Buckeyes in this one. As they, like I said, they lead the series 2-1. This is a 4-game set. Ohio State has an opportunity to even it up today, though. But Michigan, Darren Kendrick, 381 at-bats, 24 home runs, 65 runs, 63 RBIs, batting average of .315 with a 941 OPS. The kid's got talent, and he is putting it to use here in this one. Now we're going to go ahead and advance on up in this game to the top of the 3rd inning. The game is still 0-0 as the Wolverines are at bat. Sean Gilliam facing 2 outs here as Antonio Armas delivers that pitch, and Gilliam gets a hold of it. Deep drive to left field. That one is out of here. No doubt about it. It was 0-0. The Wolverines now lead 1-0. As Shane Gilliam with a 381-foot home run to left field. Him and those chops he's got shaved into the side of his face must add some power to his swing. That's the only reason why I can think he would try to look so goofy. Either that or maybe he lost a bet. Either way, that shot kind of takes care of that one. A big looping fly ball there to left field, but it does get out just in time to go beyond that foul pole. So the Wolverines do lead 1-0 in this game. Now we're going to advance on up to the top of the 5th inning. Wolverines at bat once again. Stephen Miller 0 for 1 on the day, still facing off against Antonio Armas, who gave up only the 1 home run so far. Gilliam is standing at first. Now there are 2 outs here in this inning right now, And Miller hits that one to second baseman. He lays out for it, and he's going to get the out. Miller almost hitting that one through the gap, but the second baseman, Freddie DaCosta, said, "Not today, good sir." Lays out, great defense, keeping the Buckeyes in this one, as the Wolverines still lead 1-0 here as we advance on to the next part of the inning here in the bottom of the fifth. The Buckeyes now with a good solid chance, 2 runners on and 1 out. Brandon Matsui's come to the plate. First pitch to him is going to be in the zone for a strike. 0-1 is a count. And we look at Wade Little on the mound for the Wolverines today. He's got 3 complete games. And knowing that he's facing one of their biggest rivals, Ohio State, I'm fairly certain he's going to try to go for the complete game in this one. Yeah. Now Matsui watches that second pitch go by. The count is 0-2. He's going to have to start swinging at some point. They got 2 guys on. You cannot waste this opportunity in a 1-run game. 0-2 delivery is going to be in there down low for a ball. So the count is now 1-2. So Matsui's 0 for 1, and they really need him to come through for him in this one. Wade Lytle comes set. Checks on the runners real quick over at second and first. Comes home with the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss by Matsui. And that's going to be a strikeout. Lytle may be able to get out of this one yet. After getting the 2 guys on earlier on in the inning, he's now got 2 outs here. And he's going to try to see if they can't round out this third one without giving anything up. Facing Scott Almanzar, the leadoff hitter for the Buckeyes, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Lytle comes home with the first pitch. That one is just outside the count with 1-0. Almanzar, 12 home runs, 42 RBIs, and a 7.72 OPS for the Buckeyes this season. A pretty good start to his year. Pretty good year for him overall. Next pitch by Lytle is going to be in the zone for a strike. Count is even up at 1-1. Lytle gets set, checks on the runners, brings a 1-1 delivery home. Fouled off behind the plate. Good cut there by Almanzar. He really gave it the gusto on that one, just couldn't get solid contact, and it's fouled off, so the count is now 1-2. And Lytle gets set, and here comes the pitch home. It's going to be a deep drive to left field, but it's curving left, and it does drop foul. So no harm, no foul on that one, as the count remains at 1-2 for Almanzar. Now Lytle, he's already at 71 pitches so far here in the game. Not sure how many they're going to let him go. But he hits a high fly ball to right field. Almanzar is going to be out after that one. Too easy. Can of corn, as they say. And the Wolverines get out of that inning. I'm still leading 1-0. Best opportunity so far by the Buckeyes. Unable to capitalize on that. Now we're going to advance up. The Buckeyes bringing in reliever Michael Bay. He's got a 4.3 record, pitched 50 2/3 innings with a 4.44 ERA, 45 strikeouts to 17 walks. Pretty good setup for him. As we are here in the top of the 7th, Stephen Miller to the plate with 2 guys on, 1 on first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 7th, trying to push through and break through and get some extra runs in this one. Miller is 0 for 2, though, in the game. He did have a walk earlier in the 3rd inning. Michael Bay's first pitch is in there for a strike. The count is 0-1. He checks the runners, comes home again, and that pitch is in there. The count is now 0-2 to Stephen Miller. As he gets set, Michael Bay, not the producer, the ball player, checks on the runners. He's going to come home with the 0-2 pitch, swing, and that's going to be a high fly ball to right field as it's looping foul, and it will be foul, but over the fence. Luckily, that one didn't stay fair for the Buckeyes, as that is would have been a 2-run shot, a 3-run shot, really. Now 0-2 is going to be fouled off once again. Miller hanging in tough. That's one of the reasons why he has a pretty decent batting average and gets on base quite regularly. 0-2 remains the count after that foul pitch. Bay delivers it. It's going to be a grounder right over there to first base. They try to pull the double play, and they will. They get him by just a mere inch. Great job by this Buckeyes defense to keep them in it here after the top half of the 7th inning. Wolverines have 1 run on 5 hits, but the Buckeyes offense still seems to be struggling as they only have 2 hits in this one, and their defense can only hold up. Now we are going to advance up to the bottom of the 9th inning for this, as Lytle is still in the game here. The Wolverines were able to punch a hole through this Buckeyes defense to get 2 extra runs. but the game is still within reach. It's not over just yet. It's 3-0 Wolverines over the Buckeyes here in Columbus. Lytle still in it. He's about 110 pitches now in, and his arm looks like it may be starting to fade. Facing off against Miguel Casilla, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Lytle has worked this thing to a 2-1 count, trying to just get some strikes thrown. Next pitch is in high for a ball. 3-1 is the count now. Miguel Casilla, he's got time, he's got patience. It's just whether or not he uses it on this 3-1 pitch. Lytle comes home inside, and that's going to be ball number 4, and he will walk the leadoff hitter of the 9th inning. And that's not generally how you want to start if you're trying to go forward. Now here comes Stephen Koo, who's got 17 home runs, 58 RBIs on the game. None of them in today's game, though, as he is 0 for 3. Now Lytle's still on the mound. Their coaches have got pure faith in them. They're giving them a chance. They do have relievers up because they're not fools. Brian Reyes and Solomon Sands are both up right now getting warmed in case they are needed. Now Lytle threw a ball on the first pitch and brings a 1-0 delivery home. That's going to be fouled off. That should go into the stands there on the right field. It does. The count is now even up at 1-1 after Koo sends that one into the stands. So Lytle gets set. He's going to check the runner over there at first. Now he comes home with the pitch. Inside, but right in the edge of the zone, and that's going to be called for a strike 2. Koo facing a 1-2 count now. Lytle comes set, and he's going to deliver the 1-2 pitch home. That's going to be over the plate. Called strikeout. Backwards K for looking for Koo. Steven, backwards K-O-O, gets struck out here in the 9th inning on a pitch well over the plate. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. Now here comes Domingo Bautista, who is 2 for 2 so far in this one. Now he's got a man on and an opportunity to make a splash. First pitch to Bautista from Lytle comes in. And that one is going to be outside for a ball. Looks like they're trying to stick low because Bautista does have grounded into 11 double plays so far this season. And the Wolverines are going to try to make it 12. Lytle comes set on the 1-0 delivery. Fires that one in. It's going to be grounded right up the middle. Diving play at second. There's one out. Fired to first. Double play. Double play number 12 for the Buckeyes hitter. As Wolverines do close this one out 3-0 in this game. And they will take the series 3-1. For this weekend series is all settled up now. So we are approaching the end of the season, and we are going to got about 2 more regular episodes left before we hit the actual College World Series time. At which point we'll see what happens with those teams. Now I do want to remind you, if you have not hit the subscribe button, be sure to go and hit that button. And if you did like today's video, definitely give us a thumbs up. It really does help out the channel. And I do want to also thank y'all for everything that y'all have done for us here at Champ & Sons and all the support y'all have shown us over the recent times. It has been crazy. I can't thank y'all enough for it. I'm just want to let y'all know I'm so grateful for that. So this was an entertaining game. Like I said, we got about 2 more episodes before the regular season is over with, and we see what happens in the College World Series. In the next one, we will be on the road to the Hurricanes. To see if we can't take them down in Coral Gables, to see what happens in there. So once again, I do want to thank y'all for joining us, and I will see y'all in the next episode, everybody. So as always, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.